Indigenous woman, I'm proud to stand with the resistance, for we must express our solidarity not only when they're victims, but when they choose to fight back. In the words of Palestinian icon Leila Khaled, where there is repression, there is resistance. People have the right to resist with all means to it, including the armed struggle. So I do not condemn those who rise up against their occupier and struggle for national liberation and self-determination. I do not condemn those who were born into an apartheid state in a concentration camp and have suffered year after year under an oppressive colonizer who subjects them to extreme food and water insecurity, relentless harassment and surveillance, inhumane living conditions, constant arbitrary arrests and extrajudicial executions, all meant to destroy the Palestinian will to fight and exist. The U.S. and Israeli media want us to believe that those who dare to fight for freedom are terrorists. But those of us who know to condemn the resistance is to condemn the Guamares who used guerrilla warfare against Spanish colonizers for over 60 years in so-called Mexico. To condemn the resistance is to condemn Lakota leader Red Cloud, who led a coalition to resist the taking of indigenous land right here. No, we will not condemn those who dare to reclaim their dignity from Palestine to Yemen to Congo to Sudan to Iraq to Libya. Right. All the people who have been harmed by the imperialist war machine, may the unbearable weight of oppression stoke the flames of resistance. In this spirit, we reaffirm our unconditional solidarity with the Palestinian people and understand that we have a critical role to play as people who live in the belly of the beast. Yes. We must be ready to disrupt business as usual on every front if we are to stop the imperialist war machine. The oppressor will not yield without a fight, so let's show them what the masses can do when we stand united. And since the capitalist only listens when the people threaten their profits and throw a wrench in their plans, let's make them listen and feel our collective power. So today we reassert our support for Palestinian national liberation and the end of this 75-year-long settler colonial nightmare. We will defeat imperialism and Zionism in our lifetime.
And I grew up on a farm out in Elbert County, and if you're out here, you know where Elbert's at, and so I'm not just some stranger from Denver coming in, and I can tell you that if I experienced an ounce of what the Palestinians experienced, like somebody came to my farm, kicked me out of my house, kicked my family out of my home, you better believe I'd be willing to pick up the gun. Understand the importance of this struggle for national liberation, because that won't be enough. The pause won't be enough, any of that won't be enough. We need to actually win security for these people, the right to determine the course of the development of their economy, their culture, speak their languages, and the rest of it. Live their lives independently as we want to too, That's a struggle just everywhere. Because if we don't support it there, how in the world are we going to win it here for the broad masses of people? So it's important we be consistent. And when we talk about land back, this is part of land back, right? Political power back to the people means land back to the people. And to my white brothers and sisters out here and relatives, I want to say this. Land back doesn't mean anybody getting kicked out, It means political power for the oppressed, right? And that's a good thing. I can tell you, when we talk to our Chicana brothers and sisters, our Chicana and Chicana brothers and sisters, right? And you ask them, do you think housing is a human right? It ain't a question at all, You talk to our indigenous brothers and sisters, if they think that we should be funding a U.S. war machine over funding the people here at home, it's not a question at all. So I can tell you who our values and who our future stands with. I'll tell you who I stand with. We got way more in common with the oppressed people of the world, the Palestinian people, than we do any of the people running this system. And the crooked politicians, the crooked war profiteers sitting on the backs of the people, right? Leeching our resources. $263 billion to this war machine. $263 billion so far, and growing, right? Since its inception. That's universal education, housing, and the lot of it. And we could still save, right? And so there's a lot of reasons we got to unite on this, and we can unite a lot of people if we start talking about that, And so thank you all for being out here. And like they said, like my friend said the other day, our enemies are organized, very organized. Unfortunately, the occupation is organized, and so we got to be organized too. They're organized when they have billions of dollars that they've stolen from the people. And so we actually only have two things. We have our numbers, which is the masses of people, and our organization. So we need to hold fast to that. And if you're not already in an organization, you should join one. It doesn't have to be mine, it's a good one. There's a lot of other good organizations here today, coming in coalition. There's the Colorado Springs People's Coalition. We need to get organized so that those ideas and that movement for the people can become united and then never be defeated. Because once we are united, this movement's not going to stop and it's going to win it. You know, so let's keep it going. Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!